prayer. We will allow Sister Shirley to lead us in prayer. Thank you very much, Sister Shirley.
Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this day. We want to thank you for health, for life, for strength, the opportunity to be here, to bring Calypso to the populace here and abroad.
But I will do with a few welcome remarks. Let's welcome the president of the Calypso Association, a man who have been behind and piloting this institution to a different level. Make him feel welcome. Davidson, Observer, Victor.
So that we can give them the information. I just want to say that the Calypso Association is a very open association. We open for questions. Some people think that we are not, but I know we are. We always open for suggestions and questions, and we are willing to do our best to satisfy whatever questions that are asked from us. I want to welcome everyone, the media, our sponsors, our friends, those fans who are viewing and listening. I just want to give thanks for everybody. And again, we welcome you. We just want to say on behalf of the executive, we love you, we love you, we love you, we love you. But this is how it goes in Calypso. Anything goes for Calypso, yeah? We structure things, but at the end of the day, we propose, but the master dispose.
Okay, good morning. My name is Emmanuel Hixie Salamat. I'm the PRO of Dominica Calypso Association. And before we move on, I just want to give a brief remark sent to us from one of our members. He's actually a Calypso Association member, Doc Dublin. He says, I need to congratulate the DCA for its awareness of the importance of this art form in our emancipation history. Truly a testament of tenacity and resilience to organize and execute thus far, leading up to the final event. Kudos to all competitors who adjusted to the protocols and presented the Calypsos at a very respectable and much appreciated level. Big up to the writers, arrangers, composers, and also the various teams working with the various Calypsonians. The sponsors deserve special recognition and commendation for their continued support of the art form in spite of testing economic times. Feel proud indeed. We are small, but we can achieve impactful things. That was from Dr. Damian Dublin. He's a member of the Calypso Association, a very long-standing member and advisor. Now, I want to call, as per our program, a very brief remark from Mr. Wadix Charles.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hixie Emmanuel Salamat. Not very often I'm given the privilege to speak, and I am not sure in what direction, but we are in the Calypso house. Firstly, there are a few observations, and I will start with the Calypsonians and the custodians of the house. It is my observation and my suggestion at the same time that when you enter this building, you should feel it is a Calypso house. I did not feel that reception when I came. I was anticipating by now possibly something similar to a Calypso museum. I don't think COVID can stop that from happening. I think the Calypso house should also be used where you can come and teach children the history of the art form, school children. I think we have enough technology now to get some of the music that have been produced over the years that children can come and listen. As a matter of fact, just recently, some school students asked me about some Calypsos, go way back, about the cost of living. which means if the Calypso House had the music of the Calypsonians over the generations, I could simply send them to the Calypso House, and whoever is the custodian there would tell them, well, here is X sound, X sound, X sound, because there are calypsos written on all types of topics. So my appeal to the Calypso Association is to allow the Calypso House to be truly a mecca for history. When you step in the Calypso House, you should feel the Calypso. As a matter of fact, I should be hearing some Calypso playing as I enter. I enter the Calypso House, I should be hearing some Calypso playing as I enter. Whether it's a little radio, whether it's a little speaker, the speaker was there, we were waiting. Fellas, let us, if we promoting Calypso, let us promote Calypso. Do not wait for the radio stations and the DJs to do so. And when they don't, we blame them. In the same vein, I really want to commend the radio stations this year. I really felt DBS Radio and the other radio stations really went out of the way and promoted the various tents. We know how challenging that could have been, but the Calypso was played and rotated. Normally, when Calypsonians don't make it to the second round, most of their songs kind of fall away. This year is no example to that. All the songs are playing. We are up to the finals this week, and you're hearing the rotation of all the songs. But I would also like the radio stations to go further and have like a Calypso top 10, a Calypso top 20, which could motivate the listeners of Calypso to now participate and vote or call in for their favorite Calypso, and you put that on your playlist so you would know which sound is rotated more, which would be number 1, go down to the least rotated sound, which would be number 20 or number 25. These little things are incentives. These little things are so important to the Calypsonian. Because very importantly, this year you might have a hit. It may be rotated, and Ben would know, over and over, and next year you come with a song you believe that is better. And for some reason it's not rotated as much. So that's why when a song is big, let us allow it to be big. Not only just by we saying it is big, but give it the oomph in a rotation, a top 20 Calypso. I'd have loved to hear a top 20 on DBS Radio. Coco Stick maybe would be number 1 for several weeks, but it maybe would be dethroned by whatever at some point in time. But these are things that we have to do, and Calypso Association we have to encourage. Also, there are several young talent coming up every year in the Calypso arena. They should be encouraged. Quite a bit of female Calypsonians coming up. For the first time, I think it maybe is a record. Maybe my statistician may tell me, but maybe it's a record with the amount of female Calypsonians going through to the semis and possibly to the finals. This is something we have to encourage. How can we encourage that? By the private sector possibly adopting some of those Calypsonians. I know of one. I know Pab and Sarah has adopted, to a small extent, Mighty D. And is putting some money behind Mighty D so that that can give him that extra confidence, that motivation to excel. I am hoping that some of the other private sector can come on board, because Calypso, once again, continue to be the catalyst of any semblance of what we call carnival this year. Let's try to imagine if we never had Calypso for the year. Whether we would be having any activities that we could call Calypso or carnival. That is how important and how integral Calypso is. And finally, I really want to commend the writers, the performers, the arrangers of this year's Calypso. I think we have in one of our better years in terms of songs that people can relate to, a diverse set of topics, some political, some for amusement, some to party hard, and some with a little prayer where you can send for an angel. Several dimensions into the Calypso arena this year. And I really want to commend all those who have played their part. I think this is a marvelous year. And let's hope that the protocols can allow for some summer event with those Calypsos. We should not just allow the Calypso to die after this weekend, but I'm hoping the association can have some form of Calypso event later on if the protocols allow us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leroy Waddix Charles. Now, before we call our sponsor, we are at the brief remarks for sponsors. Before we call our sponsor, let me take the opportunity to commend Jordan, GK, Jerome, on being available for us. He has been available for us for some time, but he has a more presence this year, and it's been good. Now, I must agree with Waddix about a museum. We had started collecting stuff and collecting songs, and people come to me for songs, and I try my best, and Robin, who is one of our collectors of songs, had many songs, but Maria did a good job on drastically reducing this history. Also, music on the radio. I have been trying to spearhead a movement to have Calypso Association have their own show on the radio every week, one day every week, on whatever radio we are able to get it from. And we have been trying that. We are looking in the process of putting together some kind of appeal to sponsors to see if we can have that. And finally, his aspersions to the Calypso Association and how it has been moving. Since this new executive has come on board, since after Maria, they have done well despite the situation. They have done very, very well, and we must commend them for that. So right now, without much ado, let's call on Flo.
Good morning to the head table and members of the executive of the Dominica Calypso Association. In the audience here, I see a few other folks like Cecil Joseph. I know a solid supporter of Calypso. Adina Bellot Valentine from Domlec. Is that Billy Doctrove in the back? No? Yes? Mr. Billy Doctrove, the members of the media who are present here this morning. And GK, special props to you. I think you did a wonderful job with the deeping. The regular suspects, Heineken and Flo, we just, we would have liked to bring everybody together, probably at, whatever location, but we were just concerned about all the protocols and so, but good job in getting this done. And did I see Jared? Where's Jared? I must acknowledge Jared, my fighter, my fellow fighter in the Calypso business. So the relationship between Flo and the Dominica Calypso Association has been an extensive one. It's probably close to 20 years that we have been working with the Dominica Calypso Association to ensure that it gets some sort of corporate sponsorship, corporate support in staging its various shows, its various events. And it has been a relatively good relationship. Narine and I fight a lot, but Narine is a good person to fight with, because I'll tell you something about Narine. He will bring something to you, you will fight him a little bit on it, and what he will do, he'll reach a middle ground with you. And that is what I appreciate about Narine. He's very open to listening and understanding and appreciating everybody's argument, of course pushing that of the DCA first and foremost, but always understanding as well that the sponsor is also very critical to the show, to the production, and everything related to the presentation of what the DCA brings to the public through its Calypsonians and its shows. I think this morning I probably just want to share a little something with the DCA in terms of commending them in spite of the circumstances where COVID-19, where the pandemic is concerned. The Calypso Association was brave enough to come forward and put together shows for us last year and again this year under difficult circumstances. And we have to commend them for that. We have to applaud them for that. And everybody who plays a part, the writers, the arrangers, the musicians, the backup singers, the Calypsonians themselves, because without them, there would be no Calypso show. And we've seen the shows, you know, we've been there. Some of us have had the opportunity to be there. Just one bit of advice for the DCA today is that I think because the show is a virtual show and we are mostly watching from home, that we would like to see a little bit more production go into the presentation of the show. So when we're watching from home, we're not just watching a one-camera view or two-camera view or, you know, nothing else happening except the performer. Give us a bit of production. Let our eyes smile, you know, when we're watching the Calypso show. So I'm not sure, you know, if you have sufficient time or if anything has been done for the finals, but we would definitely like to see some kind of, you know, well put together production so that we can feel like we get a good show. So just a bit of that for you, observer.
Nothing is cast in stone. So
right.
After you leave there, if you have an idea, just show it to us. Nothing is cast in stone.
Yes, Narine and I already had a couple of conversations. Narine, you need to talk to Narine. All minutes to 10 last night, Narine messaging me. I said, Narine, I'm doing an assignment. Oh my goodness. But definitely observer, and I'm sure some of the folks here will probably agree that we probably need to do a little bit more work because it is visual and people are really focusing on their TVs or their laptops or whatever the case might be. From a flow point of view, you know, we're always happy to be associated with the DCA and its events. And of course, this year is absolutely no exception. And of course, we invest financially and in kind as well to the DCA. Of course, as a partner, I must speak to the commercial element of my company while I'm here. So a few things, the Calypso finals will be on Flow Evo, channel 104 via pay-per-view. The price as given by the DCA. We didn't put our own price, they gave us the price. $50 plus VAT, so that's $57.50. And all you do, you call 235-3569 to sign up. You do not need to physically come to the store because what we will do, we will take your word over the phone, we'll apply it for you, we'll sign you up, and it will be billed to your account. So you do not need to come into the store to pay up front. So we're making it very easy for you. You call us, 235-3569. I mean, you can come to the store if you wish, but it is very easy. You just call us, we sign you up. And people have been signing up, Observer and Narine, so we're really, truly excited about that. We also have a data promotion that continues into Carnival from Valentine's. So persons who activate their 3, 7, or 30-day prepaid combo plans, you get 2 times the data and 2 times the minutes. You dial *129# hashtag to activate and enjoy double the data and double the minutes on the 3, 7, and 30-day plans. In terms of our TV and internet, we want to let you know that if you bundle your postpaid with our TV and internet, you enjoy 25% discount on your postpaid bill. You can call us for this, 440-3569. You can call for more information. And when I speak about that, I'm referring to if you have TV and internet with us, which is the better option, by the way, because we have so many value adds, Rewind Live TV, Pause Live TV, Forward, 24-hour replay. So as I'm here now, if something is playing on TV that I would like to see later, when I go home, I just go onto the TV guide, I click the time, I click the channel, and I can go back and watch something that played at 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, within the last 24-hour period. So we have quite a bit of value adds with our TV product, and our internet is superior. So please come across to the Flow Network once we are available in your area and enjoy our TV and superfast broadband. And now you can add postpaid and save 25% on your postpaid bill. And of course, sign up, top up, pay up, switch up, and bundle up, and you'll get a chance to win devices, cash, shopping vouchers, and free services with Flow as we get ready to wrap up our Live Easy campaign at the end of this month. Again, Observer and your executive, Flow Dominica, is committed to supporting you in whatever way possible in terms of ensuring that your Calypso events are successful and that your audience and your patrons are happy. Thank you, everyone, and all the best to all the Calypsonians on Saturday.
Minister is here.
And we want to thank Flo for these words of sentiments. We also want to mention that we are doing our best to make production as good as possible. But production needs a certain amount of finance to compose it. You don't just get production from the people who offer these things. You need finance, and we are glad that we have sponsors who will be quite willing to finance the productions that they seek. Now we'd like to call on Hennikin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. The name is Gerald George, representing Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited. Let me say a special good morning to the head table and all the fellow sponsors and the media. Before I begin, I would like to just share the same sentiments with Wadix when he mentioned about the Calypso house. Earlier in the week, I was there setting up before the dipping, Jenny and myself, and we made the same observation. And the only member that was there present at the time was Bassi. So we let Bassi add a few of our mind what we're thinking and what we think that the Calypso house should look like. And I'm happy that Wadix brought it up. We mentioned about those kings and the monarchs and their pictures. I think it should be in a nice area and have all the monarchs of the past. I saw Narin sent out the monarchs from the very first monarch, which is very good. This is history, and that our students, the young people coming up, can know the histories and who are the past Calypso kings. So those things need to be out in the media, and we can get it, and our young people can educate themselves on the Calypso. Okay, like Flo and Ferdinand rightly said, we've been battling every time it comes to branding. And I'm happy to see that we have a lot more sponsors on board this time around, especially in the pandemic. And the Calypso can need all the resources that they can get. They need it. Josephine Gabriel, again, is elated to be part and parcel of the Calypso and Calypso for 2022. This year is going to be one of the hardest years for us in terms of the sponsorship that we put out. Other years, we sponsor, we have a nice relationship with the Calypso Association, and at the shows, we get sales from the bars. Consumption is being made through our products, and this year is a different year for us. So we had to think hard and long that if we really want to continue with the sponsorship with the Calypso Association. But the good corporate citizen that we are, and we love the art form, and we want to see the art form continue, and we are once again a sponsor, a headline sponsor of the Calypso for 2022. In the absence of the crowds at the shows, we are presenting to the patrons this year for their viewing parties. We are encouraging them to have viewing parties at their home with their families and some friends. So as a result, this year, we'll be offering discounted prices on our products. So once you sign up with any of the platforms that the Calypso is being viewed on, you can contact us between today and tomorrow. We'll be open. Normally, we're not open on a Saturday, but we'll be open on the Saturday. And you can get your Heineken, your Coca-Cola, your Twapita water at discounted price for you to have your viewing party at your home. I see my good friend at the back, Billy, nod his head. I'll be expecting to see you between today and tomorrow. I also want to commend the Calypso Association for putting on another production in these trying times. And the Calypsonians and the Calypsos are sounding very good. I would like to compliment them as well. I was saying some beautiful Calypsos this year without us being gathered at the stadium for the finals or wherever the events would be holding. And then we cannot enjoy it. But this year we'll make an effort to enjoy it at our homes at viewing parties. Once again, thank you very much, and I wish the Calypso Association all the best at the finals tomorrow. Thank you.
We have to move on. As you know, in the media, time is of importance. We want to call now the new kids on the block. And we have to commend them for coming in to be partners with us at this crucial time where it's important that we have help from the best people and the most people possible. Let's welcome Domlek. So while we get that sorted out by the Minister of Mic Affairs, we
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Good morning to members of the head table, the executive of the Dominica Calypso Association. Hixie said new kids on the block for Domlek. Maybe new kids on the block for the Dominica Calypso Association, but certainly not new kids on the block for Calypso. We have supported the Calypso art form for many, 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 many years. This year we are coming on board with the Dominica Calypso Association, and we are happy always as a corporate entity to be able to give back to community. And that's part of our mandate, to give back to community. But we're happy this year to be able to share with the Dominica Calypso Association, particularly when we know that it has been a very difficult and challenging year. You know, so when the request came from the Dominica Calypso Association, from Narin in particular, I think he sent the email to everybody that he knew at Domlek. But when it came to us as the donations committee, we had no problems in saying, yes, we will give to the Dominica Calypso Association. Because we know it has been difficult. And it takes a lot, probably more than just go to the park and sing. So it takes a lot, and we really appreciate the fact that the executive has seen it once again, despite the challenging times with the COVID-19 pandemic, to be able to put this production together for Dominicans. And you know, there's no carnival without Calypso, as Wadik said. So if you don't have Calypso, there's no carnival. It makes no sense. So we really want to applaud you, and as a corporate entity, we want to say hats off to the association, and we're really happy again to be able to present to the Dominica Calypso Association an amount of $10,000, which we hope will assist greatly in bringing this show to fruition. So on behalf of Domlek and all of us, the donations committee, the members, the staff, the management, we want to wish the Calypso Association well. We want to say that may the best performer on the night of tomorrow win, because you may have the best song, but you may not perform your song well tomorrow and you may not win. So may the best performer win tomorrow night. And so we really hope that, you know, that all the protocols put forward will be adhered to, and that there will be no reports of any, you know, COVID pandemic or business. So we want to wish you all the best as an entity, as a team, and again, to say hats off to you for putting this together for 2022.
So after the demonstration of the very heavy figures coming to Calypso Association, we want to call fine foods.
Should I dance to that? Would you want me to dance? Alrighty. Alrighty. So the organizers from the Dominica Calypso Association, Calypsonians, the media, and invited guests, a pleasant morning to you. You might be wondering why we're dressed, in carnival accessories, but that's the extent to which we go at Trading International Group. Today we have Festive Friday, and it's all about supporting the art form. We do it every year in spite of the pandemic. So it gives me great pleasure to represent the Trading International Group this morning. We at Trading International fully support the art form and want to congratulate all the organizers for rallying on with the annual show despite the pandemic. We also commend all the finalists of the National Calypso Show competition and all the Calypsonians by extension for continuing to provide us with their hits. I will say hits because they're all memorable. We started our journey with the association 3 years ago and will continue to as long as the show is on. We too at Trading International Group, through Do It Center, Fresh Markets, Fine Foods Distribution, and of course Auto Trade, believe that without Calypso there is no carnival, and we urge each and every listener and viewer here today to support the art form by purchasing viewership of the finals. We believe each and every one of us has the responsibility to support our culture in any way that we can. If you can purchase the rights for viewership, please do so. The onus is on us to keep Calypso alive. Of course, we wish you a happy and safe carnival from Trading International Group. Thank you for having us here today.
Good time to call Big Edge Financial Express.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman Hixie, members of the executive of the Dominica Calypso Association, and when I look at the head table, I see many persons that I have had a long relationship with in different areas. Hixie, an observer, I coached them in football. Sir, no, I won't do that. Trendsetter has been my financial advisor for some time, harassing me round the clock. Waddix, a neighbor of mine, growing up in the good Paulsville area a long while. I'll just refer to him as a Dominican icon. Vice President Shirley, we are new to each other. It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, well, Bob and I, we have had a special personal relationship over the past few years, and I want to thank Bob for his willingness to try and help a young man who was facing some difficulty, and we have had a very close relationship because of that. I just want to say on behalf of Biggest Financial Express, we are also no newcomers to Calypso. We have had a recent relationship with the Dominica Calypso Association over the past 3-4 years, But you know, as many people know, that with the Stardom Tent, we have been a backbone of Stardom Tent for a number of years. And I want to just compliment all the Calypsonians in Stardom and also in Mass Camp for doing a wonderful job and keeping the art form alive. We know how what Calypso means to us, how important Calypso is to the Dominican people, the issues that are highlighted, and we have to really listen to the Calypsos and take them in very seriously. And I want to congratulate at this time the winners of Stardom Tent. Stardom was Tasha P. and Mass Camp King Dice for a wonderful performance. And the finals on Saturday, I'm really looking forward to that, because with one song, there is no room for error. There is no room to maneuver, because with so many past kings and future kings on show, I know everybody will be out in full force, all guns blazing, gun this out. So if anybody falls short, you know well. But I'm really hoping for a good show. As I said, we in Big Edge have been involved in Calypso for a number of years. We take pride in sponsoring. As you know, Big Edge, we are a small company, but I'm sure to most Dominican people, they will recognize the support that Big Edge have been playing as far as sports in particular is concerned, culture, education, and health in the Dominican society. So we really want to take this opportunity to wish the Calypso Association well. And I want to say that since this new executive took up office, I really want to compliment Observer and his team for doing a fantastic job. No, not because I said that you have to get complacent. Beautiful. You don't get complacent, and always, I always tell people and especially youngsters, when I'm giving my little talks to them, seek excellence. Never satisfy yourself with mediocrity. So, and I just want to, as I said, compliment the Calypso Association. They have done a fantastic job. As Wadik said, one of the first things I came in here, when I came in today, is that I wanted to hear a little Calypso music somewhere in the background. I don't take much to do that. Just a little speaker here, just to know that I'm in the Calypso house. Anytime somebody comes into the Calypso house, they have to be reminded where they are. And I really would like to see that being implemented in addition to the highlighting of the past kings. And basically all the Calypsonians, so I know the amount of effort that they have made. I'm really impressed with the Calypsos this year. And the level has almost tempted me to get ready to come on stage soon, make my appearance as a Calypsonian. I have my name already. I have my first line. I'm completing my first line. I took just over a year to complete my first line. So I don't know how long I'm going to take to finish a song. Yeah, but I'm really impressed with the quality of songs, and the songwriters have done a great job, and the way that the Calypsonians have performed. So I just really want to say, on behalf of Big Edge Financial Express, we'll continue as long as possible for us to continue to make our contribution, and the Calypso Association just continue keeping Calypso alive in this country. It's important, and we need a strong Calypso Association, because no matter whatever people say, you will get criticism. And again, I want to compliment the new executive, because they have reached out to me on one occasion, well, not both. You have the president, you have the treasurer, and the PRO reaching out to me at different times, asking me for my opinion on certain issues with Calypso. And I really want to say that that is an eye-opener that the Calypso Association is reaching out to get some kind of feedback from the sponsors. And I think it's a very good move, and seeking advice is always very critical because none of us have all the answers on any issue. So I want to take this opportunity to thank and congratulate the Calypso Association, and I'm really looking forward to a great show on Saturday, and just keep that art form going. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Billy Doctrop. Moving right along, don't forget, 26th February, this is tomorrow, Saturday, 8:30 sharp. Grand finals. Calypso! Now, we want to present to you the next competitor, representing Lexi Enterprises, the Beno!
That was good. That was good. That was great. That was great. So, yeah, just want to say a good day, special good day to the head table, the sponsors and the media. It really feels good to be here. I stand here as someone who started on stage and right now someone involved with the sponsoring of Calypso. And so when I speak here, I will not speak just as a sponsor, but as a Calypsonian, because I carry Calypso in my heart. Calypso is dear to us at Lexi's Enterprises and Healthy Harvest, and also Beno's Golden Pieces. It is dear to us because we have seen and continue to see that Calypso is in fact a giant. When the giant stands in front of a mirror, he sees nothing, yet the world sees the giant. Because Calypso is impartial, honest, true, Calypso reaches many and teaches many. Calypso creates transformation. That's something I can attest. Just a little story. There was a young man sitting on a step one Carnival Tuesday night, drunk, and listening to music coming from a restaurant across the road. And a song started to play. The song went something like this. Does life make you a robber or a killer? It is the road you choose. You were made in the image of your creator. So what is your excuse? And if the way you survive is causing others strife, ask the man in the mirror, why was I born? Because everyone, yes, each and every man must find their purpose in life. That night, this young man's life was changed. This young man was changed for the better. And all this due to Calypso. So, Healthy Harvest, as you know, newly opened. And we are located on 54 King George V Street, right next to Phone Shack, opposite the Lotteries building. That is where you can get everything agriculture. It's Healthy Harvest, and we stress on the healthy because Healthy Harvest is where you can get a wide variety of organic inputs, seeds, etc. And so Dominicans look no further when it comes to agriculture. It's all about Healthy Harvest, improving agriculture, and sustaining lives. Also, in Goodwill, that is on Federation Drive, we also have Lexi Enterprises for everything marine and fishing. Everything from resin to your fishing rods and everything in between. And if we don't find it in the store, we can get it ordered for you. Also, Beno's Golden Pieces, the tagline is resilient food for a changing world. And of course, when you think about Carnival and you think about Calypso, you can't forget your smoked meat. So of course, reach out and support us as we support you. So Calypso remains a giant, and the Calypso is seen by the world. And we just want to thank the DCA for maintaining and for being consistent. And we want to thank Calypso for continuing its selflessness, for continuing to be potent, and continuing to show us that it has great potential. We'll continue to support Lexis Enterprises, Healthy Harvest, and Benno's Golden Pieces. You have found a friend in us. Thank you. Okay, so that's Lexis Enterprises, marine and fishing products. It is situated, if you're coming from the, that's the hospital or the credit union, Central Cooperative Credit Union, you're on that same side of the street, you're walking down, there's a blue and red building right there on Federation Drive, or next to, that's the Christian Union Church? Jehovah's Witness Church. It's right opposite there. You can't miss it. The building is painted in red and blue. As I said, it's just lower down from Central Cooperative Credit Union, across from the Jehovah's Witness Church. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. So we thank you again.
It's on the corner of Federation Drive and Princess Lane. Okay. We must call now our final sponsor present here, and that is Insurance Company of the West Indies, IWCI.
Good afternoon, the members at the head table and those gathered there, the press. We want to also say that we are pleased to be a part of the group of persons who have come forward to provide sponsorship to the DCA. We know that it is sort of crucial, even at this time, that the support from the business houses are provided. So we are pleased to be part of that. We are now into our third year, and it is in fact 3 years since we have also been sponsor to the DCA. We wish the DCA well as they stage the show tomorrow. We wish all the participants well, and may the best performer win, as has been said before. And we again want to say that we are proud to be part of the support that has helped to make this show possible. Thank you. I mean,
because I am with you, my vehicle insurance, and I'm quite satisfied with being with you.
Okay, I mean, we are proud during the 2.5 years since we have begun here. We are proud of the products and the service that we have offered. We are also glad for the support that we have been given by the public, and our tagline is serving you is all we do. Yep. All right, and we really do try our best to provide both products, good products, and service to our clients.
And you are a satisfied customer, the president of the Calypso.
Thanks very much, Mr. President. Yeah.
That has to go on record.
We have reached the end of our sponsor section, and what we want to do now is call on our treasurer to give the vote of thanks. Before he touches the mic, I want to tell you that all of this happening here in Calypso Association has been through some hard head-bending work by this treasurer. Don't doubt it.
I love the figures, big. I want value for my money. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just acknowledge the media, my fellow executives, sponsors, but sponsors to me is not strong enough. I want to say partners. Ladies and gentlemen listening on the various social media platforms, I will acknowledge the presence of the good Lord among our midst because he is the one making it possible, as he makes everything possible. To my fellow Calypsonian, your thought-provoking songs, your stage presence year after year have demonstrated your commitment to keep the art form alive and bubbling. I say thank you. To the various writers, your ability to pen on various topics and capturing of events as they unfolded continues to be appreciated. To our backup band, and I will borrow a term from Wadix, 48 carat, or is it 50 carat? Swinging Stars Orchestra. You have been a permanent fixture in the art form. You continue to complement the art form, and so we say thank you. Highest commendation to our headline sponsors, Flo Dominica, Heineken Beer. Words cannot express our appreciation. You have stood by our side in trying times, COVID-19, for example. For Dinah, on the 99th hour, is the internet ready? Gerard, Jenny, can we get 2/10 for the front or to cover the judges? This relationship is cherished, and so we say thank you. To our other partners, Fine Foods Inc., Do It Center Fresh Market Group. 3 years in a row, you have partnered with us, providing much needed support. We appreciate it. Domlec, the power to serve you better. And I want to say it again, the power to serve you better. Domlec, you have come on board at a critical time in the history of the art form, and your support is much appreciated. You have simply provided light to seeing the season through. And Ms. Bellard Valentine, you can feel free to copyright this speech for the advancement of your company. Tranquility Beach, there was no hesitation to support the art form. Once we reached out, the response was favorable. Big Edge Financial, Mr. Billy Doctrove, son of the soil, a possible president of the Commonwealth of Dominica. We say thank you, and we hope that we can be here for an extended period. The other partners, Dragon Windows, Easy Burial, Insurance Company of the West Indies, Lexi Enterprises, Beno Golden Pieces, Adden Songs and Light, we salute you. We salute you. To the various radio stations, broadcasting and sharing of the art form is integral to the season and our culture. You continue to bring our contribution across the island, across the region, and internationally, and we say thank you. I must underscore DBS Radio, and more so under the stewardship of Mr. Cecil Alexander Joseph. There is no Monday night without Calypso. Kyra FM, there is no Saturday jams without Calypso. So we understand the importance of the radio and the mileage that can be obtained. My fellow executive members, we have done it again. Collectively, and with all the challenges that confront us, we remain resolute. We remain determined against all odds to administer and promote the art form. Lastly, the patrons. Without your support over the years, we would not be here today. You have supported us consistently, thus allowing us to meet our objectives financially and otherwise. This year, we cannot gather in the usual format. We encourage your continued support by streaming on the various platforms available: DBS, Kyrie FM, Cobbency TV, Flow TV, DigiPlay. We can't wait for the day till we meet up again in large numbers. So on Saturday, we urge you to dress up, put on your Sunday best, stream using your Flow Internet or any other available option with your Heineken beer, your Desperado, Tropita water, your Old Oak, your whitetail wine, and enjoy the show. To anyone I may have inadvertently missed, and I may have inadvertently missed someone. Okay. Bella and Bryle, welcome on board, and we ask you to bring 10 more. So Bella and Bride, we thank you very much for your contribution. What is it? So Bella and Bride, instructions coming from my executive secretary for a better financial future. Buy cryptocurrency today. Call 225-0625. And they will be making a contribution to the monarch of an unexplained amount. Cryptocurrency. So as I was saying, to anyone that I may have inadvertently missed, like Bella and Bry and Georgie Porgy and anybody else willing to come on board, I want to say a hearty thank you. God bless you all. God bless Dominica. God bless the executive. God bless everybody. Thank you.
And God bless Calypso. We are at the stage now where we invite questions from the press. So gather yourselves. And who is first?
In the order for the competition and possibly the name of the song, it would be very good for the public to hear the order that the competitors will be performing, and if possible, the name of the songs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest finals ever, the second virtual final Calypso competition carried for this coming Saturday. And the first Calypsonian will be
Black Diamond.
The first Calypsonian will be the Black Diamond, and he will be singing Cobos Corporation. The second Calypsonian in the grand virtual finals will be
Caressa.
King Caressa, four-time King Caressa, and he'll be singing the song entitled The Tit, All of Them Fall Out. And the third Calypsonian on Saturday night grand finals will be
The Bob.
The Bob, the reigning virtual monarch, and he'll be singing Come Coming. Number 4 will be
Tasha P.
Tasha P, and she is the only female monarch in the history of Calypso in Dominica, and she'll be singing Frenemy at number 4. At number 5 will be
The Healer.
The Healer, fast rising healer, fire lander, and the name of his song is
Cast No Stone.
Cast No Stones. Then we move across to number
6. 6, and that is Trendsetter.
Trendsetter at number 6. First time ever in the finals, am I right?
That's correct.
And he'll be singing the song entitled
Figures.
And he'll be going for the
Monarchy.
Monarchy. The next Calypsonian will be
Shanice.
Shanice, first time. And we must congratulate once again the women. And we want to say congratulations all the finalists. But this time Shanice will be singing a song entitled
Sister to Sister.
Sister to Sister. And the next Calypsonian number?
JD.
JD. And he is maybe the longest serving reigning Calypso monarch. 3 years. Free virtual past JD. And he'll be singing that number? Number 2 with a song entitled?
Well, they just won the Calypso.
It appears that they all want their Kaiso. Yes.
JD has been reigning for 2 years. Just 2 virtuals, okay? And he's at number 8.
So he's at number 8 and he has been ready to dethrone his normal crown, but we have some virtuals in between. We will hear what Bob has to say on Saturday night. At number 9,
Soul Poos.
Soul Poos will be making it again to the finals with a song entitled
Living Under Siege.
Living Under Siege. At number 10 will be
Checo.
the Checo, and his time is the second-hand speaker. I tell you. And at number 11 will be
Sawa.
the hit maker, the road match champion, Charles Isaac from Lodbo from Balautong. He'll be singing at number 11 with a song entitled
It's Sour Time.
It's Sour Time. At number 12, Mystery, and she will be singing all about a Coco, yeah.
I was just corrected. It's 2 steps higher.
Oh, the Sour Sound, the name of Sour Sound is 2 steps higher. From Cocoa to Cocoa Sticks, and we go across to
Mystery.
And she'll be singing at
Number 12.
number 12. At number 13 will be
Mighty D.
Mighty D, and with a song entitled
We ballin'.
We Ballin'. And the next Calypsonian will be Dice. At number
14.
Number 14, the record-breaking King Dice. As a matter of fact, he just won the mass camp champ of the camp last evening, and he'll be singing this Saturday with a song entitled
No Communist Country.
No Communist Country. And the final competitor in the grand virtual finals, carried for this Saturday, some dub it as the greatest virtual finals. The final competitor is
The Observer.
The Observer. Will be observing everybody before he comes in at number
15.
with a song entitled
I Forget My Song.
I Forget My Song. No!
No Time for Country.
No time for country. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The best finals. And once again, the platforms that you can now go to your various telecommunication network and also book on the various radio stations. So once again, the platforms are, Naren, the platforms.
Kyrie FM, DBS Radio, Comsi TV, Flow TV, and DigiPlay. These are the platforms. Kyrie FM, DBS, Comsi TV, Flow TV, and DigiPlay. DigiPlay TV.
Any other questions?
Good afternoon. DBS Radio, Leila Langford. With the COVID-19 pandemic, what is the Dominica Calypso Association doing to ensure that Calypsonians and other members present at the venue is safe?
Okay. To ensure that the Calypsonians and patrons and whoever, well, not patrons because it's a strictly virtual, However, we're going to be having the media, the Calypsonians, and the other people who will be assisting in terms of the stage props and so on. We as customary, Calypso Association, always be responsible in what we're doing. So all the COVID protocols will be strictly adhered to. This is something we take seriously. We don't take it lightly. And all Calypsonians have already understood the importance and the significance of following the protocols. And to make it better, we always have the presence of the police at our shows, at our event. The police actually usually make their rounds, and they don't inform us when they're going to come. They just show up. So which means that we always have to be on our guard to ensure that the protocols are followed. So everybody coming to the show, you can feel safe that when you come to the DCA Association event, you will come safe and you will leave safe.
In terms of production, I'm sorry, Kyrie FM. In terms of production, what are your plans for this year's virtual show? Mm-hmm.
Well, the Calypso Association always tries to make the show more interesting as it possibly can, because the show is even more visual than it used to, because now we are fully online. And as we go along, we listen to the public and improve on the production of the show in terms of making the show a little more exciting, a little more visually friendly. So this is pretty much an area that the Calypso Association has been studying, and I think the public should expect a much more improved show in terms of production tomorrow night.
Hi, good day to all the persons here. TBS Radio. I want to just ask one question as relating just from the previous about production. For the venue setup, for the lighting and all these arrangements, has the association taken that as a forefront thing to have in place so no person who's viewing the production will have any complaints? I mean, how far ahead are we for the setup of the venue?
I'll just answer part of it and pass the mic on. The public, I would like to, I don't want to sound too optimistic and not too pessimistic either. We are dealing with an issue in Dominica where bandwidth has been an issue for years. And what we want people to know is that we will get glitches, and our technicians will tell you that this is something that is just all natural with the realm that we're dealing with right now. In terms of, based on the weather and those kind of things, it will affect a space that we have absolutely no control over, which is the internet. So we'll do everything in our power to make sure you have a fine show. And I'm sure the other platforms, DBS and Kyrie and so on, they will work because it's in their best interest. We all want to benefit from this thing, but we are dealing with a space that we have absolutely no control over. Just bear that in mind. But I still believe that preparations have been made to improve on the quality of our output tomorrow night.
Yes, and with regards to the lighting on stage, we have since spoken with the person Adding Songs, who is one of our partners and providing the lighting of the stage, and he has made it clear to us that lighting will be in tip-top shape. A matter of fact, there will be a testing of the lighting. So one of the streaming company entities may be called upon to actually test the lighting a few hours before the show has started. So we are doing all in our powers, because what happened is there were a few glitches or shortcomings from the semi-finals, and we have taken them on board, and we are doing everything in our powers to ensure that what happened, the shortcomings that we had at semi-finals will not repeat itself at the Calypso finals. So we are doing everything to ensure we have a much better production.
That's all the questions, yes? Okay.
That was a very important question.
Good day, and we now come to the end of the broadcast at the Dominica Calypso House. We had a press conference here this morning. DBS Radio was carrying special, and we're going to get to the closing remarks from Ms. Shirley.
That's the end of our press conference. Thank you for your time and for your support and your contributions. Do have a wonderful day to all the viewers and listeners. Yeah. Sign up.
DBS Radio, Come See TV, DBS Radio, Come See TV, Kyrie FM, Flow Evo, DigiPlay, sign up. Let's make this thing a national event. Don't forget, as my treasurer say, dress up in your nice dandan, as Wadix would say. Dress up like it's in the pack you go in. Dress. Spend a little money, go and buy an outfit. Let one of the stores make a little money too. Buy a little outfit. Go down to Josephine Gabriel. Buy your beers. Buy your Heineken beer. Buy your Despar. Buy your Tropito water. Your Shandy. Your Coke. Your Sprite. Yeah, buy your Old Oak. Buy everything. And what other drinks again? Go down to Fresh Market. Go down to buy your what? Your yellow fin wine, your yellow wine, just go down to the Fresh Market, go at Do It Center. If you want to play a gardener, go at Do It Center, get your tools and have your thing, doing your own presentation at your home. Go down by Do It Center, buy your coolers, do what you have to do, set yourself home at your home, set up yourself, do the party at your home, because we're coming at you. You're going to have a Calypso finals that you will never forget. Thank you very much.
Yes, and that was the end of the broadcast. We now head back to Master Control at DBS Radio, and we thank you all for joining. If you recall, if anybody wants to sign up for DBS pay-per-view, please visit www.dbcradio.net and just click in the center of the screen, and you'll be able to buy it now. You can also call our office or visit our office locally for you to be able to purchase locally over the counter or via card.